Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. Today's date, it is 11/11 of 2023. I think it's Saturday. Uh, where's my cell phone? Here it is, right here. Um, just woke up from a short nap. Well, my naps are always short because uh, I hate talking about mentioning bladder or urine or anything like that, but I have a number of medical problems. Unfortunately, right now, none of them, I guess, is good enough to, uh, well, anyway. Um, just woke up. Had to, whenever I wake up, every time, no matter how long the nap is, an hour, 2 hours, I have to run immediately to the bathroom. And I don't urinate, it drips. Life is wonderful. Anyway, I just woke up and I think there was just one message left on uh, my YouTube site. Just one question, and it was from a female, and it was one line only. Let me see if I can go over. Let's see. Go over to that latest. Yeah, I think, okay, if I go to here, I think it would be, well, maybe she didn't leave it on.
So far as what I've seen today,
No, wait a minute.
I guess I'm agreeing with them. I was really impressed with how it loaded.
No, okay, let's see. Well, it doesn't matter. Let's see. I guess I shouldn't do anything when I first wake up. Oh, come on, let's see. Okay, here is this. Okay. Anyway, a lady sent one line. She said that she was not a subscriber, and what was with the, I forget what she called it, thing back here on the wall. So I answered her, um, and I put a link to Quora, whatever. That's an interesting place that a lot of you might find it interesting. You can go there and people ask questions. I mean, it's not like a chat room or anything. Uh, let's see. Wait a minute. Is this showing for your screen? Let's see what's showing for you all. Um,
Hello, Jim Howard.
nope. Let's see. What is?
Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. Today,
Okay. I'm thoroughly confused. I just woke up. Um, let me see if I can close this. Oh, okay. Now I can see this. Okay. Now I can see this. Okay, which is over here. Okay. And here I am over here. So, okay, let's go back to here so you can see what I'm talking about. If I can, now I've probably lost everything. Anyway, she left a question. And I forget now if it's on this one down here from yesterday. Anyway, I just told her, she asked a question. What's with the thing behind you? I guess I should show the thing behind me. Nope. 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 I'm still doing this wrong. I need to show the thing behind me with this, using this thing back here. Those two people are naked. And she asked about that. Now, I'm not implying or inferring, which is the correct to use, I'm not sure, that she is. Uh, I'm just I'm just going to say that she was curious as to what that is. So I just sent her I posted below, or I posted in her thing that. Okay, you're not seeing that either. Okay, let me go back here. This is not a good day for me. Let me go back here. So I answered her question and recommended that she could always find things out, or she could ask questions by going to a quote up site. I put the link below in her reply. And I'm not saying that she was upset by it or anything like that, or she thought there was anything wrong with it. I'm not saying that. But that reminded me of, I've got a couple of thousand videos on here, and there are several of them about nude swimming in the United States. Was there nude swimming in the United States? Was there nude even go further than that, was there nude swimming in schools in the United States? Or you could ask also, was there nude swimming at hundreds, if not thousands of, schools and YMCA organizations? That one of the things they provided back when they were big was swimming and other things for, people in the neighborhood, young children. Was there nude swimming in the United States? That's the question. I've answered it, by the way, many times because I love it. The idea that there are massive numbers of people, United States citizens. I guess they could also be somebody that crosses the border, it is not a citizen yet or whatever, but if you ask them, hell no, there was not nude swimming in the United States of America. This is a godly country. The founding fathers, which is not correct, by the way, the founding fathers founded this religious Christian nation. That's not correct. They were smart people, and they founded a nation where no one was forced to, be some religion. You could be any religion that you wanted to be. That's why we have the Constitution of the United States. But there was nude swimming. I've made several videos on it. And before that, when I did my WordPress site for years, that's when first time I put something like that in there was that. And I was just, not only when you present them with the information, links, old newspapers, published in newspapers or whatever, talking about it. No, they'll say, no, that did not happen. That did not happen. This is a godly country. This is the United States of America, the greatest country in the world. And yes, there was nude swimming in the United States of America, and it was in schools even. And the Young Men's Christian Association, which was a great organization back in the old days, they may still be around someplace. They had facilities to, teach kids to teach them how to swim, all kinds of things, a bunch of things. I never went to one. I almost made it to one day. I've talked about that in a couple of those previous little videos, so I'll just leave that there for you to stumble upon. So, let's see what we have here. Okay, this is the thing I did on the Brave browser, which I recommend to you, by the way. I'm really impressed with it, and I've tried it years ago. Okay, here are some of, I did a search on my YouTube site. Let's see. So this is just a few. Okay, here's one that I did back when okay, let's go up here. Now here's one up here at the top that I didn't do, and it's Naked Swimming in Schools Part 1, and it was from 13 years ago by somebody or site Public Access Videos. Now here, the next one in line here is a video that I did, nude swimming in the United States. This is from 5 years ago and 3.9 thousand views. And I think about 3,000 of the people who, went to there probably are still convinced, no, it never happened. Anyway, I see here that my comment was at the top. Do you remember when boys would swim in pools in the United States, nude? Boys would swim nude at schools, the YMCA, etc. By the way, this is I forgot about this. This is Heaven Help Us, a movie I keep forgetting the name of, but they have a scene in the movie. It's a good movie, by the way, funny and excellent. And as I went to Catholic schools, it resonates with me. Anyway, Catholic boys. Heaven Help Us, nude swimming scene. And then here is, for many years the USA was nude swimming. For many years in the USA there was nude swimming. It is a fact, and I don't know what, okay, so here is, okay, this was not the WordPress site. Well, that's only 2 years ago. Oh, I know, I posted that 2 years ago. I mean, that's not when I wrote this one that I have my cursor on right here. Let's see. So, and here's another one from 13 years ago. That text there says, my video blog for October 22nd of 2010, I talked about swimming nude in America. Let's see. Anyway, it was a fact. It took place. That's what disturbs me so much about, well, not just the current the current political situation is horrible here in the United States. It's frightening. It's sickening, the way things are going on. And of course, I'm a liberal Democrat and always have been. Never been a Democrat. I mean, never been a Republican. Never will be. But when something like this took place, part of our history, it's just, the way it was. And to present information about it, which I did, some old newspaper articles and things like that, and then links to other places where there was even a message area where that was talked about, and young men especially, talked about that when they were like, I don't know, 9 years old or whatever age, that they went to their, mothers or fathers or ask them or something, oh, honey, would you like to swim this summer? That's before air conditioning, Yes, Mom. I would like to swim. And So they were taken, and they weren't dragged down there. Uh, these were good Americans, God-fearing Americans, you know. Maybe, you know, when I say God-fearing, I mean they could be Catholic or, you know, Baptist or Lutherans or any religion, you know. And an organization, the Young Men's Christian Association, they spent money and financed places in various cities that could do things like teach kids something and I guess probably provide meals for them, do all kinds of things, you know. But when and of course others also, you know, have, because I just mentioned there are a whole bunch of sites set up where uh, men my age or older or whatever comment about it, about the old days, and they talk about, yeah, well, my mother took me to the YMCA, and the rule was you had to swim nude, and then these guys who actually did that, you know, or didn't and just were asking, you know, oh, what was that like? Did you, you know, and then the guys, you know, remember from their memories, whatever, remember, oh yeah, I was a little bit, but once they said jump in the water, and then after that it was, you know, fine, and then there was other questions and things that were interesting from a long time ago. Now, like I said, I was born in 1941. My parents, you know, baptized me. I was baptized. I went to, you know, I had Holy Communion. Well, before that Holy Communion, I had, you know, the making confessions, doing all this kind of stuff. You know, went through the whole thing. I was an altar boy. Went to a military Catholic high school. So, but anyway, I went to Catholic school, and I didn't know anything about. And this was before the World Wide Web. You know, the closest thing I think we had to the World Wide Web, and my parents bought one of those, by the way, a dictionary. I'm not sure now if you go. I haven't been in a library for a long time, but it used to be in a library. There would be a dictionary like that was this big. My parents bought one too, and had it where you could look up words. So I've talked about this subject before, so I guess I won't repeat it. But anyway, I've got to remember that movie, Catholic Boys. No, Heaven Help Us, because that's a really good movie. And I identify with it because I went to Catholic high school. And then there's also the movie St. Ralph, which is a good movie about Canada and a Catholic high school and a boy there, you know, that's so I think someplace, I won't be able to find it, but someplace on okay, I'm getting off subject. It drives me okay, so back in these things, and you may see some of it if you do a search. Maybe I'll put these links below to these, okay, so if you want to. But it drives me crazy that here in the United States, we have, like, now of course I'm not somebody you should you know, depend on for your world news, or for, you know, whether you should get a shot, or whether you should take vitamins, or I mean any of that kind of. I'm not somebody that, you know, you should listen to. But on this, you know, I put some links, and people back when it was a WordPress site, or you can see before it was on WordPress, people would leave a comment and say there was not nude swimming in the United States in schools and the YMCA. I'm not sure they even knew what the YMCA was, but anyway, probably thought it was a communist organization or something. But after then I posted, you know, okay, here is such and such newspaper. Here's an article that was on their front page or what, and I post some of that stuff. And they come back and they comment again. No, that's fake. It's what? It's fake. It so man, we have some stupid people, and like I said, I'm a liberal Democrat and always have been. My parents were, and my parents had 2 or 3 pictures on every place they lived on the wall, and one was a picture of Franklin D. Roosevelt, and then later, John F. Kennedy, and now this was not a picture. Then they had the thing of the Last Supper, and it wasn't an original painting or anything. It was something you could buy in a dime store or whatever. You probably don't know what a dime store is. God help us. So, but that reminds me, okay. It was like one time on probably my one of my sites a long time ago, I did a list of good movies that I really like, ones that I really like. And actually, there's a site where I have that, but I don't think anybody goes to the site anymore. And it wasn't my site. It was, I forget what it's called. It's still out there, I think. I don't think they're making any money, but I guess they're making enough money to stay online. But let me tell you this story because I've told it before, maybe in each one of these videos. Okay, that's the point I was getting at. Growing up, I didn't know. I knew about alcohol. Both my parents were alcoholics. By the way, both my parents, and I called them Jim and Betty, and they were my real parents. That's what I called them. They were both alcoholics. I never remember ever getting a spanking. That was, but there was sure no sex education. I didn't have any in school, not even in high school was there sex. Even in 4 years, a Christian brother, one time in class, for some reason, he said, "Oh, and this wasn't religion class or health or anything." One of the Christian brothers said, "Oh, by the way, if any of you," and this was an all-male military high school, he said, "if any of you wake up, in the middle of the night, and you have a problem, now what you do is you say a Hail Mary, and and that was it, And of course I didn't have I had guts to do things a few times. I mean, I've always been that kind of a person. But I was, okay, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, full of grace, blessed art thou among women, blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus, or whatever. And so what I was thinking, and I wanted to say, but I didn't. I held off because I didn't know that Christian brother. They were religious. They wore the religious gowns. The cassocks or whatever. And I didn't know what he would do. He might have stroked out or something if I'd have said, "Brother, wouldn't it be better to say a prayer to Saint Joseph? Because of what he had to put. Something like that. What he had to put up with." But I didn't do it. But, okay, so how long is this video? Where is it? Okay, it's going to be a 30-minute video. So when I was in grade school, my father was Catholic, and then eventually his wife, my mother, she became Catholic. But, and that was a large family, 7 boys, 3 sisters for my father, and his brothers and sisters mainly had 7, 10, 12 kids or something or other. I had a lot of cousins. On my mother's side, she had a brother. When she was, well, she had a brother when she was big too. But um, that was it. And it turned out that they and her brother, he had 3 children. Uh, uh, Billy Stallsworth. Oh God, I'm going to forget the third kid. Janet, a younger sister, and then I can't remember the third boy's name. But anyway, so out of this large Catholic family that I had, Billy and I were, well, we didn't get together that often, but he was my favorite cousin, and I was his favorite cousin. He was a year younger than I was. Actually, uh, his mother had a, a boy born about the same time that I was. The baby died. And then, Billy was the next one. By the way, I think it's sort of significant. Willie was a wonderful woman. They were, of course, not Catholic. And she was told when her baby died, by somebody who I guess was supposed to have been a Catholic or something. I don't know. She was told that, her son, would not be in heaven because you had to be baptized to go to heaven. That's not. I mean, some really stupid people and even some really stupid Catholics might have said something like that. I don't know, 100 years ago or whatever. Maybe even, but that's not correct. Anyway, she was a wonderful woman. Willie was, and uh, and she was Baptist, and she hated the Catholics, and but not us. She invited us. We never went, but she invited us to go to her Catholic church, or to her Baptist church, or whatever. But anyway, okay. So Willie, and now my cousin Billy, my favorite. I didn't see him all that often, but we saw each other occasionally. Occasionally. I don't know, maybe 1 year 3 times or something, and maybe 1 year or 2 years, maybe I stayed overnight at his place, and maybe he stayed overnight, and then there was probably a year or something where we didn't see each other and that kind of stuff. But anyway, so I was dropped off by my mother to spend the night at Billy's place, and I went over there, and Willie said, "Oh, Jimmy, well, Billy's not here right now. He's over at the YMCA swimming. But you can walk over there. It's just a few blocks, and just go over this way a few blocks, and you'll see it." And I said, "I didn't bring a swimming suit." And of course, I didn't know how to swim. I don't know how to swim now. Uh, and so she said, "You can go over there." And I said, "Well, I didn't bring a swimming suit." And she says, "Oh, you don't need. You're not allowed to wear a swimming suit." And I don't know how old I was, 9, 10. I'd never seen a naked person other than myself. I mean, that's just the way. So anyway, I thought, oh, okay. And I said, okay. And I left to head over. And I was very skinny, by the way. I was very thin my entire life. Well, not my, but for a long time. So I headed over and was on the way, and there came Billy, because I guess he knew I was coming over, but he didn't know when. So he came, and I thought, damn, I'd finally get to see a naked person, but I didn't get to. So is this okay? Yeah, okay, just about 30 minutes. So, but the thing about Willie, I mean, she had a hard life. My mother's brother, he was an alcoholic, a big-time alcoholic, and Willie took care of those kids and took care of him, and she had to put up with an awful lot. But she was a Baptist, but a good person, and she, we were family, and she, you know, now she invited us a few times, like when a supposedly Catholic, ex-Catholic priest was going to come to the Baptist church and talk about it, how the Catholics were building a thing from the Vatican in Rome, a tunnel to come under the ocean to invade the United States or whatever else. And then there'd be a nun who was supposedly a nun who came, they made the circuit. These people would make the circuit telling the things about the Catholic Church or whatever. And she would invite us, but, we didn't, of course, go. We knew better. But anyway, she was really a good lady. Anyway, I think that's it. Thank you very much for watching.